I'm Kier.
I'm Haley.
And I'm Jay from Gallifrey Public Radio,
A podcast member of the Gonna Geek Network.
just like the one you're listening to right now.
The opinions expressed are those of each individual.
Check out all the other podcasts at GonnaGeekNetwork.com.
And get ready, because geekiness begins in 3,
2,
1.
Stand by for a brand new episode of All Things Good and Nerdy, brought to you by the Gonna Geek Network. Bringing you the latest nerdy news and geekdom, here are the hosts of the show. Anthony.
No pants, all bacon and dick butts.
Naki.
That was the joke, you dumbass.
Willie.
You are a bad person.
Chris.
We should probably, do actual show stuff instead of talk about Willie.
And sometimes some special guests.
As Magneto once said, ha ha ha, welcome to die!
Meat candy. Woohoo!
If you're a kid and listening, you rock and your parents are awful.
A brand new ATGN starts in 3, 2, 1.
It helps if I hit the right button on the switcher, because I did not. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to episode 270 of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, that's accurate.
Every time, that number just blows me away that I've been doing this for so long.
This is recorded live on Sunday, July 23rd, 2017. We're all here today. How's everything going, guys?
My cat just threw his claws into my leg and I didn't scream, so I'm proud of myself right now.
Oh, you did scream. You just proclaimed Jesus Christ.
No.
Hey, Naki, the new episode of The Nerdist with Tom Holland is episode 890 something, so we got a ways to go.
I'm not comparing us to the Nerdist. We also make money.
I wish we got
Show babies
paid like
be
the
damned.
Nerdist. Let's be honest.
Well, we got to work on it.
Wait, this is work?
Your work. There's that.
I'm a piece of work? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Dealing
Yes,
with Willie on a Sunday morning is work.
I'm not sure where we're going with this, but I like it.
Ow, why? Dick. Such a dick.
Your cat is just giving you hell, isn't it?
Well, first off, I picked him up this morning. Apparently he didn't want that, so he peed on me. And now he's just throwing his claws into me, and I'm just like, why?
So you've come to realize, like many of us do that have had cats wished upon us, that cats are in fact dicks.
Well, most of the time he's more like a puppy. But, this morning he's just being cantankerous, so.
You mean a dick?
Yes. Also,
You
yes.
mean a cat.
Yes.
Also, yes.
That's what I was getting to next. Just like Sailor Poland says, why? Because he's a cat.
It's true.
That is really true.
He's just upset that we were gone yesterday, so now he's got to claw us and pee on us and shit.
Wait, has he done the ladder?
Not yet. I'm waiting for it.
He's just going to leave that on
I'd
your
smack
pillow.
the shit out of him.
Right in the center of your pillow.
Ooh, I want to smack. I have laid down and you've got to be fucking kidding me. I just want sleep. Now I got to deal with this cat piss.
Well, luckily you don't have a cat though, Willie, so it works out well.
Oh my god, I got rid of him.
I didn't even know you'd had a cat.
Well, I had 2 thrust upon me after the divorce.
Oh.
Oh, poor kitties.
Didn't even realize.
I mean, I loved them and all, but I was like, I don't want to own pets. I love animals. I don't want to own a pet, ever.
Are we gonna have a Brian Fellow song here about how Willie loves animals?
So much that he eats them.
Are you do you not eat animals?
I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I eat animals. That's basically what my diet is a lot of meat and cheese.
Cheese.
Oh, Sailor Poland wins. For those listening to the audio podcast, Sailor Poland just commented, "Never thought I'd hear Willie turning down pussy."
Shh.
Oh, is she sleeping behind you right now? Jesus.
I mean, chloroform does take a while to wear off.
He's got it timed out for the show.
There we go. Oh.
He's got it timed out for the show.
All right, Chris, do that thing that makes
what
that
thing? You want this thing?
Live from the ATGN studios on the internet, it's the news of the week.
So like Naki asked for, I just did the thing because Willie had done the thing previously and everyone get creeped out by that thing. So hey, it's time for News of the Week. It's that part of the show where we run down what we think is the most interesting, or at least in our minds, the coolest nerdy news of the last week. And hey, it was San Diego Media Convention or whatever the hell it actually truly is now this week. So I'm pretty sure I know where the bulk of this week's news coverage is going. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
It's all about comic releases from Marvel. Oh, wait, no, that'd be if it was a Comic-Con. It's all media news.
I'm not even sure if one of my things was from it.
Yes, it was.
When did it start?
Thursday.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely from that.
Wednesday night actually is now preview night.
Yeah.
It is now a 5-day con.
You know, I'm really glad I didn't go and really have no intention ever to, because I think, and I'm pretty sure I've said it before on this show, that San Diego Comic-Con would be entirely overwhelming and I could not handle all the people there. I would go insane.
I would love to go once, like as a guest in a chair at a table, not walking the floor. Like if you're getting in early as an exhibitor and having a chair and a table and a place to sit, and then just kind of, have the crowd not be right on top of you, I think then it wouldn't be bad.
Well, I know
the guy in the chair?
You want to be the guy in the chair, exactly. I know Haley and Will are there from the Crimson Comet. I've seen photos on Facebook from that, and they have been surviving the convention.
I'm not there.
Are you on the Crimson Comet?
Well, you said my name.
I said Will. Not Willie.
Oh, I mean, people call me Bo, so I don't know.
People call you Will?
Yeah.
We can start calling you Will if you want.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's interchangeable. People use both.
It's kind of like when people call Anthony Tony. It confuses me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a whole other letter. I mean, the start out with. I mean, that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
You're just not adding an E at the end of it.
Or when you guys call me Jessica, it's also weird.
I don't think I've ever called you Jessica.
Wait, why would people call you that?
It's my first name. I don't go by my first name.
I think Willie's learning something new.
We need that the more you know button that I could push, but then NBC would sue us. That's about all we can do out of that. So instead of continuing to talk about Willie versus Will and other weird name things because they're boring me, why don't we talk about the news of the week? Who wants to go first?
News of the week.
Who's going first?
Probably a good idea.
I mean, I guess I can if you want me to.
Let's toss it to you then, Willie or Will or whatever the fuck we're going to call you.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Now it's going to be stuck in my head. I'm going to be like, crap.
Go ahead, Josephat.
I don't get that.
I was just picking a random name. We're just going to call you whatever.
You're calling me fat.
I called you Josephat.
Yeah, you call me fat. Was that with a PHAT?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's go with that. All right.
What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
Nobody knows.
But it's provocative.
If that's anything we are, it's provocative.
I like Sailor Poland's idea. Sailor Poland said, let's start calling Willie Funny Muffin.
That's like another fat thing, isn't it? Because the muffin top.
I was drinking water. Mistakes were made.
Spit take. Off camera spit take, but I'll take it. But one of the trailers that came out so far was Stranger Things 2 or Season 2. Yeah, let's go with that. Season 2. Yeah. How many of you liked Season 1?
I haven't watched it yet.
Dang it, Chris.
I'm going to say yes for Chris anyways. He still likes it. He hasn't watched it. He still likes it.
Are you kidding me, Chris?
No,
are you
not kidding
with me right now?
I'm for real. I haven't seen it yet.
With me?
Well, let's see. It took him 24 years to watch The Fifth Element, so he'll watch Stranger Things.
He still hasn't
I
watched
still haven't
it.
watched The Fifth Element because it's more fun to piss you guys off by not doing it than actually watch the movie.
So he'll watch
the same age
Stranger
as me,
Things in about 7 years.
Well, anyway, this trailer is looking pretty good. What do you think that big giant thing in the sky is?
Demogorgon's daddy.
Oh, you think it's related to it?
Oh, could be.
I think it's my arachnophobia being like, sucker.
Giant demon with 8 legs?
It's more like a giant demon made of long dicks. Am I wrong?
I don't know. You don't get that close of a look at it. I guess we'll see soon.
I mean, you see the drawings the kid did, drawing all these dicks.
At least that actor Will gets to actually be in this season. So
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so. We don't know yet.
well, he's in a lot of the trailer. So
He at least has more screen time than last season because last season
Yeah.
was combined all of his screen time from just this trailer is the amount he was on the show. So
yeah, because it was what, first and last episode, right? Or maybe a little in second to last episode.
And I think he shows up every now and then, doesn't he?
I think it's just his voice does.
And yeah, and he can just go into the was it the upside down? Just like he just gets pulled into it.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think it's that he can go. I think it's that because of whatever bit of it he brought back with him, it keeps pulling him back.
Or is it just that he can see into it? 'Cause I don't think he actually goes to it.
It could be both.
That's true. Like, 'cause the only thing we got from the trailer is he's outside, and all of a sudden, what's the main character?
Mike?
What's his name? Yeah. He comes
Mike.
out and says, "Hey, Will, you all right?"
I think I'm gonna rewatch season 1 because I binged it and then I didn't watch it again like I was going to because I was waiting for boyfriend to watch it and then he never did. So
Also, he pulled a Chris on you.
I
No, 'cause
never
he watched-
promised to watch it.
I
Keep
think
that
he
in mind.
watched like the first 3 episodes and then never finished it. So it was just like, well, I'm gonna watch it without you, and now I'm gonna watch it again. So
That's
or
fair.
I'll have it on in the background while I do stuff.
So I'm really excited about that one. And the other trailer that I'm really super hyped up about is Kingsmen, the Golden Circle.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about Shadowrun the movie.
You mean Bright?
Yes, or Shadowrun
Yep.
the movie.
No, I don't. I mean, it looks interesting. But I don't know what Shadowrun is. So
Yeah, Willie's making me feel old. I had to explain to him what Shadowrun is.
did you even actually explain it to me? Or did you
Yeah,
just
I
say
wrote
it?
you a paragraph of what Shadowrun is.
My memory, buddy. My memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or he just didn't read it. You know, let's be real.
No, I read everything in there.
Well, what's
I'm
crazy
always
is-
watching.
The idea that Netflix dropped like $100 million to make a movie, like that's amazing because it's
it's gonna be a
basically
movie?
showing. Yeah, it's a film. They're putting out a Netflix exclusive film starring Will Smith, which right there, that's a third of their budget was probably $30 million just to get him. And yeah, I mean, as weird as the story looks, the special effects and stuff look amazing on it. So. And they put some serious cash behind a film. I love the idea that no matter what, Netflix is not scared. They're like, we're going to do anything we think is a good idea and see what happens.
I mean, they've had
I just
other
hope
movies.
Yeah, but I don't think
Building
they've
it
done anything
works.
near this big.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry, Willie, I hijacked because I thought you were just going to talk about Netflix
Oh.
stuff. So I was just like, wait.
No, I just hope they get the world building right in that because it looks like you're gonna need a good introduction to it. Like, why the fuck there are orcs and elves and pixies and shit?
Yeah, probably. Low Life Otaku asks if we saw the video where Archer makes the
I'm
Kingsmen.
I'm getting there. They're coming down now. All right,
AKA yes.
the Golden Circle. Your Golden Circle. It shows a lot more of the plot than the first trailer did, or is it technically the third trailer? Because that little snippet. Now that was more of a teaser where it just showed everything. Like it only showed everything like a fraction of a second, and it was done in like 10 seconds.
I think this is technically the second trailer. So it was teaser, trailer 1, trailer 2.
Yeah, and this trailer showed a lot more of the plot, so you can kind of have a handle what's going on. I'm guessing Julianne Moore's character's destroying the Kingsmen, and so what do? They go to their American counterpart, the Statesman, to get help.
Which Channing Tatum said, I am a statesman.
Oh, yeah, I kind of gathered that from the trailer. Oh my god, it looks so good. The Cowboys theme. Oh my! There's my happiest moment in this trailer is you see this electric lasso. It looks electric, and it's wrapping around somebody. You just know that guy's about to get chopped in half. I swear to God, if he doesn't get chopped in half in in the movie with that lasso, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Don't they show him? I think they show him get chopped.
They
in half.
showed him getting cut into
They
pieces.
start a little. They show a little bit like he catching on, like it turns red instead of that electric blue, right around, and they cut away.
Who plays the guy with the lasso? Because I was trying to figure out his face last night, and I can't.
I can't think of it off the top of my head. I couldn't recognize him. Mustaches always throw me off.
I understand. Facial hair.
Yeah, but I love it. Yeah, because you have Channing Tatum, you got Jeff Bridges, and then I'm not sure who the third guy was.
Yeah. I cannot wait for this movie. I mean, there's only still one thing that's worrying me. Mark Millar didn't write a part of the script.
The thing that kind of bummed me out was that they gave away already, like I don't know if it was. I thought it was going to be like a twist that they were bringing back. What's his name? Colin Firth.
It was in the first trailer too.
Yeah, I know.
Before that, they've been talking about in interviews and everything.
The other cowboy is Pedro Pascal, who was in Bloodsucking Bastards, The Adjustment Bureau, Narcos, and some people might know him if you actually spent the unbelievable amount of time to watch The Great Wall. He was the other non-Chinese person.
No, I refuse to watch that movie.
I saw it for free. He's actually pretty good in it.
Yeah, it's about white people saving China from aliens, from what I understand. Thank you.
Well, I might be talking about white people saving Japan here, and what I'm into.
Okay.
But yeah, you also forgot to mention Halle Berry's in it, man.
Yeah, she is.
Everything's better with Halle Berry.
Even the Catwoman movie. Come on,
I own it.
Why?
Because Halle Berry's in it. In a skimpy outfit.
There are cheaper ways to watch stuff to jerk off to, Anthony.
I was gonna say there's free porn everywhere on the internet.
Yeah, Swordfish. Just watch Swordfish or Monsters Ball. Then you see everything in Monster Ball.
I was gonna say there's a pretty decent sex scene kind of in Monsters.
But it is with Billy Bob Thornton, so
that's why I said kind of.
Kind of.
This is a questionable jerking off experience, but
no, she looks super cute as like the little scientist Q chick. Like she looks awesome.
I've been saying this for a long time to anybody who listen. Fuck Halle Berry.
Fuck
Halle Berry. Me?
Halle Berry is amazing.
She is one of the reasons why X3 was no good.
No. That's called Brett Ratner.
She didn't write those scripts.
Yeah. She went there and pretty much demanded more screen time.
Yeah,
why?
Because
after two films, she'd been on screen for 15 minutes.
They shouldn't have done the Dark Phoenix saga into one movie.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah,
you can't do a Dark Phoenix saga with Cyclops being dead in the first 5 minutes either. But that's neither here nor there. They just punished him because he went to go do Superman.
Now that character they really fucked over though of Cyclops. What did he do in any of the movies? The first three, of course.
Be a dick and lead the team. So he was Cyclops.
So he was Cyclops. Yeah.
I mean, the first one, he didn't really get to do much. He was like knocked out for most of the final fight. And sure, you had Mystique come in and like beat him for a little bit, but she couldn't do the laser blast. Second one, he got turned evil for a bit, and that's what he was in the final fight for a little bit. And then third movie, they just kill him off screen.
Yeah, they punished him because he went to go do Superman Returns with Bryan Singer.
Well, they didn't know that he was going to do that in the first two movies.
Yeah, but they basically wrote him to be Cyclops. Is just unfortunate story. Like X2 was the best, right? So, I mean, out of those three.
Out of the original three, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Out of the original three, I mean, X2 was the best. So, that was basically where he was Cyclops.
No, he was barely Cyclops in there.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
He's supposed to be the leader.
You can pull Cyclops out of any of those movies, and it doesn't affect the movie. That's how little Cyclops matters.
Exactly. And when he's supposed to be the leader. Like, I don't get that.
Guys, that's because it was all about Wolverine. When Hugh Jackman blew up in the first one, they're like, let's make these all about Wolverine. And because number one, everyone loves Wolverine in the comics, and everyone really enjoyed Hugh Jackman as Wolverine after the first one. So then that's when the X-Men franchise twisted into feature Wolverine above all else.
I hate Wolverine.
Wait,
it's basically Wolverine in the X-Men in 3 films.
Yeah. I still hate Wolverine.
What about Logan? Do you hate Logan?
I liked the Old Man Logan storyline. I still haven't seen Logan the movie.
Oh, it's delightful. You've got to see it. It's really
Chris,
good.
You have no room to tell anyone to watch something. Shut your mouth.
Chris can throw him off. Willie, I think
He's looking for a button.
Thank you.
He's looking for a button. Doc, are you backing him up on this?
Well, I mean, I can also be in the same court as Chris here because I don't watch movies either.
Since she just watched The Fifth Element like 6 minutes ago.
It was like 6 months ago. Shut your face.
I'm not being mean.
It came out 20 years ago. It came out 20 years ago. You just saw it.
Yeah, I'm 31. That means I was 11 when it came out.
Did you enjoy the movie though?
I did.
See, I mean, there, Chris, watch the damn movie. That's all I'm saying.
Chris, the more you guys push me on it, the more I dig my heels in because I'm mature like that. And that's how it is in most things in my life. The more someone's like, oh, you got to do this.
A teenager.
Yeah. The more someone tells me to do something, I'm like, fuck you. I'll do it whenever I want to.
Chris, I'm going to tell you this right now. You know all the references already.
I figure I do.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
Shut up, Nagi.
I mean, it's a good movie, but I mean, like, we already knew all the references going in.
Shut up, Naki.
You shut up.
Oh shit! I forgot there's a second half to it. I tried to frame Willie and it failed. I'm gonna stop hitting the soundboard button. No,
now Chris is arguing with his buttons.
I mean, that actually is what Chris does in his spare time. Is he just sits there and makes conversations with the buttons.
It's true. That's how I get through my life. Is I have you guys all on soundboards and I have fake conversations with you.
I do have to say it is awesome to see because isn't it Luc Besson that did Fifth Element, and now we're getting Fifth Element 2, also known as Valerian.
Yeah, pass.
I finally saw that trailer on the big screen. I was not impressed with that trailer until I saw it on the big screen. That is some epic looking shit.
Yeah,
like that movie looks like it's going to be worth to see on the big screen just for how pretty it looks.
I didn't get a Fifth Element 2 vibe out of it though.
We're talking about seeing it maybe when it hits like the cheap theaters. It's already in theaters, so we're like not a first run.
When you start billing it as like the spiritual successor to Avatar, like I've seen some people doing, I'm like, nope, Avatar's poop. I'm not watching this.
Avatar's shit. I still haven't been able to finish that movie.
Have you seen Dances with Wolves?
God.
I've also seen Pocahontas.
Because then you've basically seen Avatar.
Yeah.
Well, which one?
They're the same.
They're pretty much the same. Or The Last Samurai, things like that. All the same kind of thing. Where the white man comes in, co-opts someone's culture, and then becomes a hero.
I'm just
they're all just retellings of Hearts of Darkness.
Well, like apparently Valerian is based off of the comic Valerian and.
Yeah, it's a French comic.
Yeah, it's old. It's an old comic. I was watching a film theory about how Valerian influenced Star Wars. Because the Valerian comics were from like 1966, I want to say. So, yeah. Anyways, if you want to find them, they're in French.
Go French people.
Draftsmanship says, "Oh, do tell me about the evils of the white man."
Well, I was referring to the generic movie trope you see in a lot of those things, where it's big character from outside the culture comes in, adopts said culture, becomes hero of said culture, like you've seen in Avatar, Last Samurai, when you saw it in Dances with Wolves and things like that. It's a ridiculous trope that just keeps happening. That I should have rephrased it more along those lines.
In all fairness, Naki, in the Great Wall, the white savior does not adopt the Chinese way of doing things. He just shows up and kicks ass.
Why did you watch that shitty movie?
I saw it for free.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's basically the Christ metaphor, like Sailor Poland says.
Yeah, I didn't pay to see it. I did not pay money to see the Great Wall.
My favorite part about the Christ metaphor is that Jesus was Middle Eastern. So
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
not according to American conservatives.
Well, that's about all you need to know on that. Is what you just said, right?
Because white people were born in the Middle East back then.
Exactly.
Let's move on to our next story here. I've lumped a bunch of stuff in this one, but hey, I don't know if you guys noticed, Marvel did a little panel last night.
What?
Just let out a little bit of stuff.
They had a little bit of news at the San Diego MediaCon, just a little bit.
So let's just kind of run through some of the stuff. Hey, there's a Thor Ragnarok trailer that came out, and I think it's already better than the Justice League trailer. Marvel won just with that one trailer, if you have to say who won Comic-Con like everyone tries to.
Yeah, they did. Ruffalo Oak.
I didn't even see the whole thing of the Justice League trailer because I was bored. I went on my phone halfway through the trailer.
You couldn't make it through a trailer that is 50% Jason Momoa because you were bored.
Yeah.
That tells you a lot, DC. That tells you a fucking lot right there.
Well, let's hold off on the Justice League talk because I know we have another
okay.
news point where we'll get to that. So let's stay on the Marvel side of the fence for the moment.
All right, where are we going? Where are we going?
Thor Ragnarok trailer. The Hulk's delightful. Does anyone else think that?
Oh my god.
Can I say what I said last night and you loved it?
Yes, please go ahead, Willie.
This looks like the He-Man movie we should have got in the 80s.
Yeah,
He's
pretty
right.
much.
He's right.
Mm-hmm.
I just love all the palling around that we're getting with Mark Ruffalo and Thor. It's just Banner and Thor chatting, and Thor telling him, "Oh no, we fought, but I won. Yeah."
And also Hulk talking too.
Yeah, because we are getting a little bit of the slightly smart. Well, I mean, they're not even going. It doesn't seem like they're going full on Planet Hulk, because in Planet Hulk he was actually intelligent, like to the point where he's learning.
They merged, didn't they?
Yeah, I think it looks like they're merging the two.
No,
Yeah.
I think Hulk could always talk and stuff. He just chose to be quiet, like puny guy. He just chose not to talk.
Yeah, I think this one they're upping his vocabulary a little bit, but I don't think it's going to get to like the point in Planet Hulk where literally he talked in paragraphs and was highly intelligent and learned tactics. Like I think they progressed it further in that storyline. I don't think we're going to get there in this film, but yeah, just the fact that they're sitting there chatting like post fight is cool.
It's true. I mean, looking at this trailer, it was on while we were playing Quiplash last night, and I went upstairs and watched it afterwards. There are some beautiful shots in the trailer, just the way the backdrops are and all the scenes are set up. I was like, man, this is really cool. I can't wait to see it. And I was like, wait, this isn't until November. I've still got a long time to wait.
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, the hype train is real. But oh my god, oh shit, why can't I remember her name?
Kate Blanchett.
Thank you. She looks so fucking good.
Well, the scene where like it looks like she's basically pulling her hair back, and then that turns into Hela's giant fucking armored helmet. Like that sequence looks beautiful.
Yeah, I am really excited. What the fuck? I'm really excited to get another Thor movie because I know Willie hates all of them because he doesn't like fun.
That's true.
What are you? Fun? That's the word you're using? Fun.
Those movies are fun.
No, I do enjoy the first movie well over the second movie. Second movie is on the bottom of the list. That is the shittiest fucking Marvel movie that has ever come out. Is Thor 2: The Dark World.
Being the worst of the best isn't that bad. It still puts it above at least 3 DC Universe movies.
Yeah, Man of Steel, Batman v Superman.
I like Man of Steel's above it.
No.
What?
At least
Man
Suicide
of
Squad
Steel
was
is above
entertaining.
Thor 2?
Man of Steel:
Yes.
Collateral Damage is not a better film than Thor: The Dark World.
It's more entertaining, though, because it's not as boring as Thor the Dark World is at times.
Malekith is a better enemy.
No, stop. I want to address this
And I
now.
hate Man of Steel.
Chris, did you just agree with me?
I partially
Oh, no.
agreed with you.
Oh no.
And I will give Suicide Squad, we were talking about, is well more entertaining than Thor 2. Because that's all that movie's got going for it. It is entertaining. It's not a good story.
Suicide
The
Squad's
main
poop.
character is Johnny Exposition. That movie is not entertaining.
Yeah, Suicide Squad's poop, but we'll talk about that later. Low Life we talk
I didn't say it was
about.
a good movie. I just said it was entertaining. Like, at least I went to theaters. Like, okay, I was kind of entertained.
And Man of Steel is better than the Ang Lee Hulk, because I see Low Life Otaku asking about that. But the Ang Lee Hulk is not MCU.
Nope.
It's not.
Ang Lee Hulk doesn't count. It's
Yeah,
pre-MCU.
Hulk poodles do not exist.
So some of the other stuff that came out of the Marvel panel, they showed off some Black Panther footage and a new trailer. It has not yet leaked online, but everyone seems to say it's really good. It got a standing ovation. I'm excited for this movie too, and it's just been kind of sitting there on the back burner. And as Thor ramps up towards coming out, Black Panther's right after it. So you've got to think, when's the hype train really starting on this one now?
Well, yeah, because I mean that's not till February. But they also released the new poster, which a lot of people that didn't like the Black Panther sitting in the throne poster are super excited for the Wakandan poster, because you got Black Panther on the giant statue and then a shot of the capital city. Like it's a beautiful image.
I do want to read this from the gallery thing. Sailor Poland says, Thor 2 versus Suicide Squad is like asking, you want this Garth Brooks CD or this Garth Brooks DVD? Although I'm going to change that up and say, do you want this Garth Brooks CD or this Chris Gaines CD?
I knew you were going. Fucking do it. I've heard so many references to Chris Gaines in the last week. It's ridiculous.
Really? I haven't heard anything from him like at least half a year.
It's just one of those things that, like, all of a sudden everybody's making jokes about it.
And plus, I mean, Garth Brooks, he's got that one good song that everyone turns into karaoke.
Wasn't Chris Gaines Garth Brooks' emo side or something?
No, it's his rock alter emo
version of him.
Okay. I don't know.
Which was very emo.
I remember seeing it once, like back in the days of MTV's Total Request Live. I remember seeing something on it once, and I never followed up as to what it was.
Well, the whole reason he came up with that because they were going to make a movie on Chris Gaines, like a mockumentary.
Oh.
And it just never happened.
That sounds terrible.
But he still did do the album.
If Sailor Poland says, "Oh, if we go Marvel movie instead of just MCU, Elektra, bottom of the barrel." I never saw Elektra.
I saw it in theaters.
It's bad.
Yeah,
it's
oh my god.
We're
gonna build up these bad guys, and we're gonna kill them in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, if you're counting them all, I'm pretty sure the first Punisher is still better than the Elektra film.
The one with Thomas Jane?
No, the first Punisher with Dolph Lundgren.
Oh, I never saw that one.
Well, I never saw it either, and I'm a big Punisher fan. I refuse to watch that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But it's better than Thor 2.
No, it wasn't.
No, I don't know about that. So other Marvel stuff that came out. The Captain Marvel movie, Kevin Feige let out some info on that one. It's going to be set in the 1990s where Captain Marvel is fighting the Skrulls. So the Skrulls make their MCU debut.
Yeah. Question. How they get those rights?
That's what I was going to ask is how do they get them from Fox? Because I thought that was part of the Fantastic Four deal.
It is. That's why they went with Chitauri.
Because the Chitauri are the Ultimate Universe version of the Skrulls. Some other stuff that let out on that is Nick Fury's going to be involved in this movie, and he'll have 2 eyes.
Robo-Eye?
No. This is in the 90s, so it's before he lost his eye, or he loses his eye during the movie.
What's weird is Brie Larson is listed in the Avengers cast for Avengers Infinity War.
Where?
Avengers Infinity War comes out before Captain Marvel.
But where's that listing? Is it IMDb? Because you can't trust it if it's there.
This also might be like a Wonder Woman thing.
Yeah, but odds are she's going to be in it. So we're going to see her introduced before we get the origin movie. So my question is, where was she during the attack on New York? If she's been Captain Marvel since the 90s, where has she been?
Space.
Maybe they're going to be.
I was going to say space.
I mean, I'm not saying like they can't easily come up with an answer for it, but like they need to see that has to be addressed, especially if she's going to just show up in Infinity War.
I don't think we really have to worry about that. Marvel does a pretty good job of explaining why things happen. I mean, we sort of had this conversation offline, but they have their Bible, for lack of a better term, of how they loop everything in, and I'm sure it will get explained.
I'm interested to see what they're going to do with her, like if she's actually off running sword or something, because there's a lot of stuff they could do with that character.
Yeah, they will. They also have the fact that they're bringing in the Guardians of the Galaxy into Infinity War. So, I mean, they really could use space as their, backdrop as to why she wasn't around.
Now, is she going to meet the Guardians of the Galaxy first? Or is she going to meet the Avengers first?
She's going to punch Star-Lord in the face, is my guess.
Punch Star-Lord in the face.
He's going to hit on her and then smack. I'm going to say it's a smack, not a punch.
Either works.
It's like I couldn't even punch you if I wanted to. It'd break her neck.
Probably.
Yeah. Anyways, so Black Panther looks amazing is what I wanted to say, but we kind of skimmed past that. But oh my god.
And if we're still in the 90s, also for Captain Marvel, I want director Peggy Carter.
Yeah.
I want 90s music.
Well, that's going to happen, I'm sure.
Yeah, there's going to be some big hair. There's going to be some crazy outfits.
90s wasn't super big on the hair.
The hair was still dying down. It was still dying down from the 80s. It took a while.
That's true. The mullet was still kind of there for women's hair.
Yeah.
The femme mullet.
The femme mullet was still a thing.
I still see it every now and then working in Graham.
Yeah, I gotta trim my hair. It's getting mullety.
Yeah, Naki, please don't go down that route. You don't.
No, it's just a side effect of having a mohawk. It gets a little mullety if I let the back grow too long.
Yeah, I know that problem. Although when I had a mohawk, people said I looked like Raccoon from Dragon Ball Z because I didn't really keep it up in a mohawk that often, so I just let it go down so it looked like raccoon.
Wait, you had a mohawk?
Yeah, it was like 09. No,
So
2010.
is Chris the only one on our cast who's never had a mohawk?
Yeah, I don't really have the hairstyle for it.
Not even when you were like 10?
Nah.
I feel like Chris is out of the four of us here is the more clean cut of us all.
That's true.
I can't remember last time I shaved.
I mean, just in appearances, not dirty-mindedly. I think dirty-mindedly, he actually has us all beat. He just keeps quiet.
Yes, Jesus Christ! The first time I played Quiplash with that motherfucker, I was like, "That's coming from Chris." What?
I like Sailor Poland's idea. Get a fin like Yondu, Chris.
Ooh. There we go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get right on that. It's on the top of my list. Next up from the MCU stuff, Ant-Man and the Wasp. They showed off some concept art, I guess, of it, but the real big thing is they announced a bunch more casting stuff, and they did announce that Michelle Pfeiffer will be playing Janet Van Dyne, a.k.a. the original Wasp in the movie.
A.k.a. the original Catwoman. Well, not original, but
the original cinematic Catwoman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not even because the Batman movie.
Yeah, the Batman TV movie.
Which also explains
why it's not TV movie. It's
the new Wasp is so hot.
It's the chick from Lost, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Evangeline Lilly.
God, I hated her in Lost, though.
You actually watched Lost? I was another one. Everyone kept telling me, watch this. I'm like, no. And I'm glad I didn't once I ended.
Don't. I mean, if you watch the first season and then stop, you'll enjoy it.
The first two.
I was going to say you can go 2. You can go 2 seasons before anything went haywire.
Maybe 3. That's iffy, but you could.
2 is when the writer's strike happened, I think, or something happened where they just didn't know what they were doing anymore, and that's when you start to lose it. That
happened the moment it got renewed. They had 1 season's worth of an idea for a show when that show got picked up.
Yeah.
As soon as the ABC went, okay, how about season 2? They went, oh, yeah, sure, we could do that, maybe. Shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we didn't actually map this out.
No, we didn't. One last thing out of the Marvel thing. They showed off footage for some movie coming out next year. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Infinity War. Is that it?
Yeah, it's their new low-budget film.
Yeah.
I never heard of that. Can you guys tell me what's going to happen?
Are we really doing this? Guys, just stop. Just stop.
But Willie.
Willie, why don't you tell us how you felt about Infinity War then?
Oh, I haven't seen anything because they haven't released anything about it.
Did you not see the stuff that Naki shared in the pre-show?
I shared a bunch of stuff.
I was sleeping.
Well, go back and click on the links.
My phone woke me up, and I said I'm mad that I'm awake, but it was worth it because I saw 2 different versions of that trailer.
I didn't go to sleep till about 5 a.m. Give me a break.
Whiner.
No breaks. This is show prep, man. Like I said, this is work. You got to show up ready to go, motherfucker.
So
I'm here. So explain to me shit then.
So here's the takeaway: is the Infinity War stuff was showed off at Comic-Con. By all reports, it's the exact same thing we saw at D23. Yeah. Pretty much exactly the same. Only this time, people actually got footage of it, and it leaked to the internet. And the Marvel snipers have been shutting it down everywhere it goes. There was a guy. How I first saw about it was on Reddit, in the Marvel Universe Reddit thread or whatever. There was a guy by the username of like Salmon Roll or something like that. Yeah, his account even got destroyed. Disney came after them so hard that Reddit removed his account.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I understand the idea of, I want to be that person that sneaks in a phone and, videotapes it and then shares it, because then like you'll feel important for a moment. But yeah, you can't fuck with Disney lawyers. Like, they will find you.
There's no guarantee that he's the person that filmed it. He's just the person that posted the link in there.
That's true. It could be multiple people that we're talking about. But yeah, the idea, like, it's not. I wouldn't want to face off against Disney just to post a trailer online.
I mean, to be like, just so you guys understand how intense Disney is about their secrecy of their trailers. When I worked at New York Comic-Con back before the first Avengers movie went out, and this is. We're talking a few years here. It's been since I did this. And we, as the security team, were not allowed to be their security for the Disney movie. Like, literally, the security team was in the back. We got to meet the cast, and that was cool. But we literally couldn't, we weren't allowed to be the security because Disney brought in their own. Each of those security guards were armed with infrared cameras, infrared head masks, and they had these like heat sensitive things on their hands so they could feel if something was heating up to film this footage that was being shown in New York Comic-Con, in case the infrared cameras didn't give it enough. And then on top of that, they did catch 3 people. Those 3 people had to hand over their devices, and Disney themselves erased it, and then they were not allowed back into the con. Like, into the con itself. Like, they were not allowed back in.
Well, yeah, because I think part of all the user agreements when you buy tickets is you're agreeing that you're not going to basically steal stuff. And filming those trailers is stealing.
Yes.
And and then on top of it, they did have the special like non-filmable screen. Like they literally brought in their own screens to do this too. So I mean, if they were able to somehow sneak footage out, that took a lot of fucking work.
Apparently.
Well, so they got a bunch of footage out. There was someone I saw last night that had leaked 15 seconds on Instagram, and his Instagram post had gotten yanked after that came out. It's now floating around the internet everywhere. A lot of people are like, hey, when this happened with Avengers Age of Ultron, Marvel just decided to put the trailer out. I don't think they're going to do it this time, guys, because A, the Thor Ragnarok trailer is really the big thing they posted online to get the buzz going. And B, it's probably not quite ready yet, because if you remember, it was one of the Russo brothers after D23 said, yeah, we'll put a trailer out when it's actually finished. We didn't show you guys what a finished product yet.
I said, I'm also wondering too, is like you said, they beat the Justice League trailer with Thor. That's all they needed. So it ends up, whether it's done on purpose or not, it always seems whenever DC puts out something big, Marvel follows it up with a smackdown by putting out something else and go, we're more popular. So whatever the next big DC announcement, I think that's when we'll get the Infinity War trailer.
That's when you'll get Black Panther, the next trailer for that.
Or Black Panther.
I just watched it.
Good job, Willie. You did it.
Good. You're ready to start the show now.
All right. So here's what I'm just kidding.
We're 45 minutes in, Willie. Good job.
Were you guys talking during that whole thing? I wasn't sure.
Yeah, we were.
Just a little bit.
No, we just sat here in silence. We sat here in silence while you stared at your phone.
Yeah, the world does revolve around me. Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you for understanding.
I understand.
God.
A Black Panther with the next Star Wars movies, what Sailor Poland suggests in the chat room. That makes sense too. But Black Panther's February when that comes out? So
February.
Star Wars is December.
Yeah, it's not till December.
I think you'll get Infinity War with Star Wars.
Yeah, I think we'll get Infinity War. If anything, you might get the last trailer for Black Panther. Like trailer number 3 might come out with Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because, just 2 months apart. Yeah, you're not going to be getting the first new full trailer for Black Panther. You'll get it way before then.
So we're not going to provide you guys any of the links to the Avengers Infinity War stuff in here. If you really want to go and see it for yourself, it's on the internet, and you can probably go on Reddit and find it in one of the many Marvel subreddits on reddit.com. But we don't want to dump it in here because even if we did, it's probably not valid anymore because most of them are getting taken down like that.
Yeah.
Use your Google Foo.
Google Foo.
Google Foo.
Low Life Otaku says, I think Fox dropped the ball when Deadpool trailer did a leak a few years ago. They should have taken the video and added Deadpool at the end like he was the one filing it for YouTube.
Now that would have been funny.
Yeah. I think if they did that with Infinity War with this one, I think it still would have been funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you want to see the Infinity War footage for yourself, go and find it. It's really enjoyable. Bear in mind, the quality sucks. The audio quality, especially on some of them, not so great. There are actually people who are writing transcripts on Reddit, but it looks damn cool. It matches up perfectly with everything that was described from the written up versions from D23 or D23, or however the hell we say it. But that's enough of gushing over the Marvel side of things. I know Anthony had some stuff he also wanted to talk about.
Oh, now we can talk about the distinguished competition. We got the DC movie slate was announced.
Oh, wait, yeah. Can't wait for this.
Oh, hang on. I'm going to go take a nap.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad, guys.
It's not that good.
Oh, I got some words. Okay,
so we got the Justice League trailer where we got mention of the Green Lantern Corps, which, they're putting that in there. We got the DC also they mentioned Shazam, so we know that we're getting Captain Marvel coming, which apparently The Rock's been set as Black Adam for like 3 years now, and still no mention of who's going to play Captain Marvel. Which that's going to be the important part, because somebody that can play basically a 10-year-old who turns into a god, like some actors going to have to act their ass off to make that movie good and not make it.
The Rock's not in the Captain Marvel movie anymore. They said Black Adam's not in it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How the hell you gonna do a Shazam movie without Black Adam?
That's what everyone said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not even kidding you. That's what came out. Is that
no? Are you messing with me right now? Because I'm not sure.
No,
that doesn't make sense.
Fucking serious.
Wow.
So you actually casted somebody, Black Adam, The Rock, and you're just taking the one person you have casted. Oh, he's not in the movie anymore.
The one good idea that they've put out recently. Okay, so yeah, so as DC continues with their bad ideas, they had 2 movies that they couldn't do as live action movies, so they did them as cartoons: Justice League Dark and Flashpoint. One is based on a great comic, one based on just a cool idea. Both great DC cartoon movies. They've always kicked Marvel's ass at that. Their animated films are spectacular. Flashpoint being one of the best ever. I've watched that 8 or 9 times. It is a great film. Now we're getting that, as we're getting Wonder Woman 2 is going to come out, we're also going to have a Justice League Dark movie. So apparently the movie they couldn't do with live action, so they did it as cartoon. They're now going back and doing the cartoon as a live action. So I don't know what's the point. They just did this movie. And the same thing with Flashpoint. And the thing that really bugs me about this is, why is your first solo film for The Flash a story that's in Elseworlds, where he goes to an alternate timeline where there is no Flash because he changed the past? That'd be like if the first Spider-Man story was Spectacular Spider-Man starring Ben Reilly. It'd be like, what the fuck are they thinking? Like, the only upside is there is a total upside. As soon as the announcement was made and they said, okay, the Flash movie will be Flashpoint, Jeffrey Dean Morgan tweeted to Lauren Cohen and said, Flashpoint, huh? For those that don't know, Negan and, damn it, what's her name on Maggie? Negan and Maggie played Martha and Thomas Wayne in Batman 5 Superman. So they were Batfleck's parents, which means if they do Flashpoint correctly, the one upside is that we get Jeffrey Dean Morgan as the drunken, gun-wielding Batman, and we get Lauren Cohen as the Joker. So there is a possible upside if DC doesn't screw that up.
But yeah, it's just screwed up Flashpoint on TV.
Well,
so they're pretty much saying like all these movies that we have coming out don't matter because Flashpoint doesn't matter.
Yeah, with the Flash film, when it comes out, they can change, reset, and alter anything they want from that point going forward. Because DC, the company that has rebooted their own comic universe more than anybody ever thought possible, is already prepping a reboot for their films.
So there's some interesting conspiracy theory stuff that came into play on that one. Because remember, it was probably like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, somewhere around there. The rumor came out that DC was trying to move past Ben Affleck as Batman. They wanted to move past the Batfleck after Justice League. They're going to try and look into putting someone else in there or moving him out of there because creative differences, some crap like that, I don't recall. Now, when they announced the Flashpoint movie, everyone kind of paused and went, that's how you can kind of pretty much soft reboot your movie universe, keep what worked, and bring in a different Batman or something like that. Now, Ben Affleck did come out pretty much at Comic-Con and debunk that entire thing, saying that he was not going to quit being Batman. It's the best role ever, things like that. So a lot of the conspiracy theory from Flashpoint was, that's how they get rid of the crap that hasn't worked.
Snyderverse, erasers.
That's how you get rid of all the Snyder versions, and then we could possibly get a actual hopeful Superman, like the one they talk about in the Justice League trailer that has never appeared in the DC Universe films.
Wait, they talked about Superman in the trailer? I think I was gone by that point.
Yeah, they talked about the character that brought the world hope. And I'm like, really? Did the people in that universe actually see those 2 films? Because there's no hope in those movies.
Wow, I think I'm actually going to be the one that's more positive than you guys. Now, while I don't think the trailer was great, there are elements of it I thought were fantastic. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. That looks awesome. It looks incredible.
He's gonna be the best part. Him and Wonder Woman are gonna be the best parts of that movie.
Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is going to continue to be awesome in that. But I can't wait to see the crazy stuff they have Arthur Curry doing in this movie, because every time they show Arthur Curry in any of the footage beating down villains or riding around on the Batmobile, he always looks like he's having the time of his life. And there's this shit-eating grin on his face and this maniacal gleam in his eyes. And I can't wait. I would love to have seen the Aquaman footage they supposedly showed off.
Well, I'll give you, there's 2 positives and another negative as well, because we know Momoa and Gadot are awesome, and they will be the 2 high points of that film. And yeah, Momoa he just looks great as Aquaman. He looks like he's having a blast. It looks like that character's going to be fun. The special effects for him and for Cyborg, every time they're releasing new footage, look better. That first shot of Cyborg, he looked awful. He looked like a Michael Bay Transformer, and it looked bad. And the upside on this new trailer is Cyborg looks much better. He looks like he actually fits in the world. He looks like they did way more rendering over his costume. He actually looks like he fits there. The negative is they show an up close of Barry going in. I know you guys are good about fighting, but I've never fought before. And he's literally like up against the wall, leaning next to Bruce. And when you see his shoulders shift, you can actually see those stripes are fucking rubber bands. He's wearing 80 pounds of metal wrapped in rubber bands. Who the fuck designed this suit?
Well, they did say early on that the Flash's armor was kind of a hodgepodge thing that he'd put together, from what I recall.
I said he has 17 big screen TVs in his Flash lair.
I think it's going to come down. So remember, early on, they kind of described the fact the Flash's powers in the movie universe work a little differently than they do everywhere else. Whereas when he's running, he throws that lightning out that destroys things around it. So he's trying to find ways to basically ground himself, was the understanding I'd gotten, which is why there's those rubber elements in the suit and things like that. And it's unfinished.
It's awful.
From what I did watch of the trailer, because like I said earlier, I got bored. Did it seem like Michael Bay directed it with all the explosions?
A little bit.
It seemed very Michael Bay-ish to me, and I was like, I mean, I guess if it's going to be a Justice League movie.
But also, I can't believe I'm being the positive one here. This is a sizzle reel to show off at Comic-Con.
True. That's true.
It's not like this is a full trailer or anything like that. It's a sizzle reel of here's some cool footage to make you guys geek out.
Yeah, especially since the last one was all talking. It was a lot of Batfleck talking to Arthur Curry. There was a lot of Batfleck talking to characters, introducing himself, and there wasn't much action. And so this time we're getting the other effect where, this time it's like, it's a Michael Bay explosion reel. But it's the first movie where the more I see about it, the less I want to watch it.
I kind of want to put the 2 trailers together and then make it look good.
That's basically what your first full trailer is going to be, I think.
Let's wait and see, because remember, there's elements of this that are good. Joss Whedon's come in, he's directing what has already been finished but done by Zack Snyder, so you've got 2 different images they're going to have to try and mesh together in here. But remember, Ben Affleck as Batman, it's not bad. People thought it was going to be shitty, but Batfleck, cool. It's pretty cool.
I dig Batfleck. Yeah. I think he's the best on-screen Batfleck since Keaton. And now they're talking about getting rid of him.
Well, that's rumor. We got to bear in mind that there's nothing confirmed that it's a bunch of internet rumors. The other thing to consider is that we've seen barely anything about Cyborg. Cyborg could end up being really cool. He could end up being terrible. Who knows? The real thing I feel bad about is the kid who's Ezra Miller playing the Flash.
Yeah.
And it's not because he's bad or anything like that. It's more because, we're going to take this character you guys love on TV, played by Grant Gustin, and we're going to throw him in a movie and have him be played by someone else. And then we're going to make his movie be about what an entire season of the show was about. He's in such a tough position there. I mean, I feel bad for the kid. I hope he's great in the role, but it's just going to be a tough sell because people love Grant Gustin.
No, I agree with that. I do. I think Ezra Miller is the new Jackie Earle Haley trying to play Freddy. He is set up to fail.
Yeah, he was definitely set up to fail, but I think if you were given the option to play that role, of course you're going to say yes. Because I mean, it's just like if I was suddenly given the role to play Wonder Woman, I'd be like, I'm going to be the most hated woman in the world, but fuck yeah, I want that role.
I have nothing against him as an actor. I think he's a great actor. I just think, he's set up to fail, and I don't think the costume department and the script so far, from what we've seen, is doing him any help. Like, it just seems to be hurting him.
Yeah, so Sailor Poland made a good point earlier on in the chat. It scrolled past if you're watching the live video, but it's still in the chat room itself. He says, it illustrates the basic problem with the DC movie universe. Instead of presenting itself as a comic book movie, it's trying to sell itself as a regular movie with comic book elements. It's trying to appeal to a non-comic audience while Marvel targets the comic audience and lets it spread from there. I think that's fair.
Pretty much.
Marvel says, hey, we're making a comic book movie. There's elements that everyone's going to love, but we're not trying to disguise the fact this is a comic book movie.
Or they take a comic book idea and they wrap it in a different type of movie. Ant-Man is a heist film.
Yeah.
It is totally not a comic book movie, but it is a heist film that happens to star a comic book character, and it was fantastic because of the way it was done.
I mean, DC, the thing with DC is that they've got the characters that everybody knows, right? You got Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Like, these are the characters that everybody knows. But they just, you know, they did it right with The Dark Knight, and they made it into a Batman movie, right? But what they did with Superman was they're like, we're going to take this character that everybody knows is the bright, big blue Boy Scout. And even though he's kind of a boring character, we're going to turn him dark and gritty. And they're taking characters that everybody knows and loves and turning them into something different than what they are, instead of just embracing who they are. And they're all gods. Like, that's the thing, though, too, is that you're also working with all gods here. So they made them overpowered to begin with. So DC put themselves in kind of a weird, hard corner where it's like, maybe don't make them all perfect. You know, I feel bad for them because they are characters I want to see. But these characters that they created in the DC universe, like, other than Wonder Woman, which was a really good movie, I don't want to see these.
Well, let's give them a chance.
These versions of the characters.
Wonder Woman that was almost wrapped by the time Jeff Johns came in. We're just now starting to see what the influence that Jeff Johns is going to have on their cinematic universe. And if you've read any of the books he's done, they're generally pretty enjoyable. He has a good feel for these characters. So
his Aquaman book was amazing.
While I have my concerns about how it's going to shape up, I'm on a wait-and-see approach right now. Let's wait until we get a full actual trailer. Let's wait until we can find out more about what's going on versus here's some cool clips cobbled together. It could be good. Do I think it's going to be? No, I think the leaked footage of Avengers Infinity War ate its lunch. I think the Thor Ragnarok trailer that came out blew away the Justice League sizzle reel we got. But that's because Marvel has the hype behind it, because they have been killing it for 10 years now. What's your closest thing to a flop in the MCU?
Thor 2.
I was going to say, Willie's going to throw in Thor 2 right now, I'm sure. And honestly, you're probably right. But like I said, these are characters I will want to see. I just wish that I actually wanted to see them.
Okay, Iron Fist is what Draftsman says. Which
you want to see them, but you don't want to see these versions of them.
Right. And like I said, if they made a Wonder Woman movie of Justice League of One, fuck yeah. I would be so excited. Also, Draftsmanship said Iron Fist. I still haven't watched it. So.
Iron Fist is the biggest flop since Marvel Studios became a thing.
And it's getting a season 2. But let's also...
They hired an actor that doesn't have any martial arts training, and it shows in every punch thrown.
Let's also remember, though, that the TV world is different showrunners and stuff, too. That's not to say they're not united, because they made a big point of saying it was all connected, and then kind of backing off it as time progressed. But, yeah.
The Defenders trailer looked good.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Defenders trailer. There's so much crap that came out of SDCC. I have no idea how we touch on all of it.
And they also did the new chick that who is it? Sigourney Weaver meeting Madame Gao. They have a little 2-minute teaser of that is out now,
and that's less than a month away. Defenders.
Yeah. That's next.
Do I need to watch anything from Iron Fist to watch the Defenders? I didn't think so.
Not really. All you need to know is Danny Rand isn't quite Iron Fist yet. That's all you really need to know. He hasn't completed his training.
I would say the first half of the show is worth watching. The first half.
Everything that I've heard about Iron Fist is a lot of a cultural appropriation and issues with, again, the problem that Marvel has with Asians, where we're all mystical and shit like that. And so that's why I just haven't watched it. So
honestly, you could watch the first 2 episodes, the last 2, and you'd be good to go.
Okay. Meh.
No, I agree with that.
Jeff Smash, what happened to your journalistic integrity? I mean, you spent a lot of time defending DC. I haven't watched Iron Fist. I can't defend it or know whether I should at this point in time.
Believe me, it's indefensible. I checked the timelines. They had over 4 years from when the Netflix shows were announced to when they cast Finn Jones. And I have nothing against him as an actor, but he did not spend the amount of time in a dojo learning how to fight, even on screen, to make it look natural. Danny Rand is the number 1 or number 2 best fighter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. When he's fighting thugs, he should either be bored out of his skull or having a blast because it's so easy. And every fight he's in looks like effort, and it looks like it's hard, and he's fighting street-level characters that have almost no fight training. It's awful what they put on screen for fight choreography for what's supposed to be like the best martial artist in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, especially after 2 seasons of Daredevil. Iron Fist would have been great if it was released first. After Daredevil, it is a shame.
Yeah, I'll get to watching it. But back to Defenders. Looks really good. I was enjoying following Kristen Ritter on Instagram and Twitter as she was tweeting her experiences here. And found out that if you guys saw the Defenders trailer, so there's that moment where they're all fighting in costume, and she looks at Daredevil and goes, "Nice ears." And he goes, "They're horns." Totally ad-libbed.
Yeah.
It was not scripted.
I love that. And what I have seen too is they also showed, I guess, Finn Jones and Mike Colton do have a good chemistry between the two of them. There's a little clip that somebody showed of them all talking at one of the panels, and Finn Jones reaches over and tweaks Mike Colton's nipple, and he's just giggling as he does it. Mike Colton's just looking all stern. That is Power Man and Iron Fist. If we get that on screen, I'm excited. Because that's the main part of those two characters. I don't think either one of those characters is that great, but it's the duo of them together and the extremely opposite origins that they have, that when you have those two as best friends, that's the best on-screen duo other than maybe, Booster Gold and Blue Beetle. Those two are awesome. So if those actors have that chemistry and we see that in the Defenders, that I'm excited to see.
So Draftsmanship says you have so much material to cover that you do not have time to defend a bad decision. Therefore, cover the new things that are happening. We have a lot of good from Marvel and some hopeful things from DC. Sorry, DC. And it's honestly true. We want to focus on the positive things, right? We like positive things. And I really do hope that we are wrong about Justice League. In a way, I really do hope that we're wrong, because I would fucking love to see more Wonder Woman and Aquaman. If they did a Wonder Woman Aquaman team up movie, I'd be so excited, because both of those characters look so good.
Depending how Justice League does, that might be the storyline for Justice League 2.
Yeah, probably.
We might get a Godot Momoa film, and they'll just call it Justice League 2.
And let's be honest, though, that movie's basically going to print money, because it's Justice League and everything there. Yeah. There's a difference between being monetarily successful and being a successful movie, and I hope it is both, because success is great for all the comic book movies across the board. Keep people interested in them, keep making them good, because when one fails, all of them then have to overcome that.
Well, that's what I said, because Batman versus Superman made money, but Batman versus Superman should have beat Avatar. It should have been the first $3 billion film. They are the two biggest icons known worldwide.
That was, we talked about this when that movie came out, is that I should want to see Batman vs. Superman. Yeah. I don't want to watch that. That's something wrong, DC, is that I don't want to watch this. There should be that should be wrong.
No, it's because of the director in my case, but that's another.
Also, yes, I can't stand him.
You don't everything being in slow motion?
Depending on what he's doing. I've watched his Dawn of the Dead 30 times. It is an amazing film.
Yeah, but the only way he shows off superpowers really anymore is do it in slow motion. That's what I've started to notice. And I'm like, okay, there's other ways to do it. And I hate to be Marvel did it better, but they did, because they don't rely on the same trope to show off superpowers all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they change it depending on the character, which is how it should be.
Yeah,
but Marvel in the cinematic universe, and I'm sorry, we're going to just keep beating a dead horse here, also did it better in the sense that they introduced each character, because not everybody knows who each character is. They don't need to do that in DC, but yet they did it anyways. So
yeah, they did it with little Lex Luthor found footage shit, right?
Yeah, I just want to know how much he paid that artist to do the media icons for each individual character that he had files on.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fucking really?
So, guys, we're an hour and 10 minutes into the show almost, and we just
So
got
what
out
you're
of the
saying
news
we
of the
should
week
probably
because it's San Diego Comic-Con. There's so much crap going on. So, guys, at this point in time, it's where we like to remind you that we are, in fact, part of a network of shows that you can find over at GonnaGeekNetwork.com. There's 23, 24, I think, different shows on the network now that cover a variety of topics. We've got things like Magic with Zuby, all about the Magic the Card Gathering game. Regular Geek Talk shows like this show, the Gonna Geek Show. We've got TV-specific ones like the Crimson Comet and the Starling Tribune. There's a variety of different things, but each week we try to highlight one specific show to point you guys towards something you should really check out on the network. And Willie, what show is that?
This week I'm talking about, what's this? GonnaGeek.com show?
It's a bunch of hacks.
They reached number 200! In the GonnaGeek.com show's 200th episode, they take voicemails to celebrate this milestone. By the end of the show, you'll be left with one burning question. Who are the hosts again?
Hacks.
Back to you, Chris.
It's a bunch of hacks. I mean, that's honestly what it is. There's a bunch of hacks on that show, and I can say that because I know one of them very well.
I think Suncast is on that show.
That's right. Suncast is on that show, and then SP comes on there occasionally.
And our own Hatchet Chris.
Here. So before we transition to wrapping things up, Low Life Utaku has something in there, which I actually had in the notes to touch on next. He goes, so, how much do you all think Ready Player One is going to suck? I don't think it is, but I think it's got a lot to live up to.
I thought that trailer looked awesome.
Well,
The trailer looks good. I really like that book. I think that's going to be the problem, is that I really like that book.
I was about to say the exact same thing. So show of hands real quick. Out of the four of us on this show, who's read the book? Naki has, I have.
I can't see Naki's hand, so.
And Chris didn't raise his, so
I did. It just
I don't know
wasn't
why
on
he
camera.
asked for a show of hands.
It wasn't on camera.
I haven't read it either, so yeah, I think it looks amazing because I haven't read it. I've only heard about it.
Yep. Same here.
From my standpoint, they did a good job of painting the picture of what I assumed that world would look like.
They did very good there.
I think some elements in it were overhyped. Like I see in Low Life Otaku mentions, quote, from cinematic game changer and pop culture holy grail as some of the things they quoted in there.
Yeah.
It's a bit over the top.
No, cinematic 80s, game changer Steven Spielberg. Yeah, he gets that title.
80s pop culture babies are gonna love it. Because it's all, the entire book is 80s pop culture references.
Yeah, it's just 80s pop culture dumped into the Matrix, right?
Essentially,
more or less, yeah.
Okay.
And the problem that I ran into with that book is it almost overcompensated. But I mean, don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the book. It just almost overcompensated with the amount of pop culture references in it, because it was like, okay, I get it. Like, keep moving with the story. And
so it's like a Seth MacFarlane joke. It goes 30% longer than it should. It just keeps beating you over the head.
No, Seth MacFarlane jokes go 100% longer than they should. Sorry, I can't stand that man. So the best thing that he did was bring Cosmos back. So, but anyways.
Actually, the Orville looks really good.
I still haven't seen anything for that.
I want to know how they got the rights to a lot of the stuff they put in there.
That's the real question: is how did they? Because you've got like the DeLorean going through there, a Tron light cycle.
DeLorean, Tron, and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I saw. Krueger's in it too. Yeah, they got the IP buying sheet and like the lawyers that had to be involved for this movie to be greenlit is probably an insane list.
I had mentioned it on Twitter. It looks like one of those movies. In order to catch all of the different references, you're probably going to have to see it more than one time, because just in the trailer, I did not catch all of the pop culture references at first.
Low Life Otaku says the disco scene is where he threw the book away. That's fair.
That's fair.
There's
fair. A disco scene?
Yeah. I mean, and he's right. It is surface level knowledge, but it's stuff that makes you go, ooh, reference, ooh, reference, ooh, reference. So it's like candy.
What's the best way to put this? It's a book that, much like you have popcorn movies, you got popcorn books. It's not like the greatest piece of literary entertainment ever, nor do I expect the movie to be the greatest film ever made. It's fun. You go eat your popcorn, you lean back in your chair, and you go, oh, this is cool. Hey, I remember stuff like that from when I was a kid, and you enjoy yourself. That's mostly what this is going to be.
That's what the book was. That's what this is going to be.
I think a lot of people overhype what Ready Player One is. What it is it's a fun book to read. That doesn't mean it's a great book necessarily. It doesn't mean it's going to change everything forever. It's just really fun. And for people like me and Naki, who are children of the 80s and 90s, there's so many references out of that we're like, okay, that's kind of cool. Nice little nod to that. And then you move on to the next thing.
Yeah, I have heard it talked about like it is the holy grail of books.
It's not.
Which is
not.
like, wow.
It's not.
It's not one of those books where you're going to be like, oh, dang, it's like the Moby Dick of our generation. No, like nothing like that. It's fun, easy read. Like if you have the audiobook version, it's decent to listen to. If you have the paperback version, which is what I have, like it's a quick read. Like I think I read it in a day. It's fine. It's a good book, and it's definitely one to pass time if you need like just a fun book to read. Oh, I'll
probably wait and I'll watch it after the movie. Or I'll read it after the movie.
Low Life Otaku says, why ain't he fat? That's a really good question.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. He just sits there and plays video games.
Well, no, there's a part in the book where he talks about the fact that he forces the program to make him go and work out and stuff like that. Where it won't let him do stuff.
True. That's true. I mean, he still shouldn't be like super thin, but yeah. Nichols says the whitewash his best friend. Oh yeah, they're going to.
Oh, they're going to whitewash everything. It's a Hollywood movie.
Yeah, definitely.
But that being said, it looks like fun. We'll wait and see as things go on. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's a popcorn movie.
It knows exactly what it is. But looking at the time and the fact that we're already super over, we're going to try and wrap things up a little bit called What I'm Into. Longtime viewers and listeners probably know this is our chance to share with you guys just what kind of geeky and nerdy things we've been getting into so that maybe, just maybe, we can get you guys enticed to come and check them out yourselves. And we're going to try and make it quick because we're an hour and 10 minutes into the show right now?
Say we're going to be 20 minutes over.
Yeah, we're going to be about 20 to 30 minutes over.
We didn't start until like an hour ago. We started late.
This is recording time that we have. I start the timer when I start recording.
Yeah.
Put that in your pipe and smoke it, Willie D. Nelson.
Is it good shit?
Well, I don't know.
God.
What is bullshit?
Guys, I gotta pee.
Bullshit
I gotta
like when you
pee.
smoke it?
So go pee.
Move it. No, I'm waiting for the show to end, so fucking move it. Come on.
Oh, you got a while because I'm going to take a long time.
So, Willie, what are you even getting into?
I'm going to punch you in the...
Waterfall sounds. That's what I've been getting into.
Now's your time to go pee, Naki, while Willie's talking.
God damn it. I'm going to drink some more of my coffee here. It's fine.
That's not going to help.
Naki, do you know how this thing works? Liquid goes in, liquid comes out. It's something you should have figured out by now. I'm just saying, you've been around for a while.
All right, so I've literally been on a movie buying spree the last couple weeks, and this week did not stop down at all. I got 6 more movies yesterday. Only watched the one so far, but I watched 47 Ronin. The trailer for that movie, I remember, seems like Keanu Reeves comes and saves the day for Japan. But that is not what happens at all. Those trailers really fucked that movie over with that. Got the Belko Experiment. Need to see that. Birdman. Still have not seen that. So I got it. I want to watch it.
I have to watch it too. It's sitting on my shelf to watch.
Those are both really good.
X-Men Apocalypse. It was $10. I was like, why not? I already have the other 2 that are the 60s and 70s. Why not get the 80s too? And then the dual pack was only $15 for 21 and 22 Jump Street. I've never seen 22 Jump Street, so why not? And then what was it? So the other Friday night, I passed out around like 8 o'clock, woke up around midnight, and I couldn't go back to sleep. And I had to be at work at 7:30 in the morning. So what better way to encompass that time than watch back-to-back Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2?
Nice.
What you gonna do when they come for you?
I mean, those movies, wow. They kind of don't hold up. They kind of do.
Neither does Rush Hour. Rush Hour is super racist, in case anybody's wondering.
It's always been super
I
racist.
think Rush Hour was super racist when it came out.
I guess I just didn't remember it being as racist as it was. I was just like, oh dang, I missed this. Anyways.
And one of the biggest things for what I'm into this week is it finally came out for the PlayStation 4. Super Hot. Super Hot came out for the PS4. Not only did Super Hot come out for the PS4, but also Super Hot VR. And oh my god, I punched so many red polygon people in the dicks so many times. Oh, I got a sawed-off shotgun. Dick shot. Oh my god, it's so good. The VR game is a lot more tougher than the regular game because you have to do a bunch of things in a sequential order. You have to kill these people, and then you go to the next part. You have to kill those people, and if you go to the next part and you die there, you start all the way at the beginning of that first part. Not the whole game, just like little sections they have. And it gets frustrating after a bit. Like, I just want to kill this person. No, put that guy over there shooting me, and I get shot in the head. I got to start all over. It gets frustrating. But other than that, I am going to wish Cassie happy birthday.
Is it Cassie that I know?
Yes.
Happy birthday, Cassie!
Well, I mean, that was belated. I should have mentioned about 2 weeks ago.
Oh, god damn it, Willie.
That's not even close.
Well, I got the Facebook message thing saying, hey, someone's having a birthday. I was like, oh, okay. And then I kind of forgot about it by the time we got to what I'm into.
I see how it is.
I'm very forgetful. People know my memory. I hope it's forgivable.
You are forgiven for now, but thank you for sharing what you've been getting into, Willie.
How are you forgiving me? What?
I forgive for everyone. I'm the DC apologist on the show.
That's true.
I mean,
fuck, I'm the DC apologist. How scary is that?
For a while there, it was Willie because he likes Man of Steel.
I do like Man of Steel.
Man
It's a
of
good
Steel's
movie.
still poop, but that's neither here nor there.
How are you the apologist if I'm the one that's saying Man of Steel's good?
Look how much these guys... Never mind. Let's move on. We got to wrap up the show. So I'll go next. Things I've been getting into. Playing Splatoon 2 on the Switch. It's been surprisingly fun. Willie, you don't approve.
How do you like talking to your friends online?
Well, I don't even use any of that feature. What I do enjoy about Splatoon 2 is the fact that an online round is 3 minutes, so you can play a bunch of quick games. The only thing I ran into is that matchmaking at like 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday is very slow. There's not a lot of matches out there.
Wait, so the matchmaking takes longer than the actual match?
It did on Saturday morning. Now, once you start playing during a time when other people are normally playing, I've had no issues with matchmaking times being very long, more than, say, maybe 30 seconds in most cases.
But is that only like one mode that's only 3 minutes, or is that?
Yeah, it's only on one mode. All I've played right now is I think it's called Turf War is what it is, and the concept is, if you're not familiar, Splatoon 2, you play like squidlings is what you are, and the goal is to paint as much of the turf your color paint as you can. So your goal is in 3 minutes to lay down as much paint across the map as you can, while other people are covering up your paint and or killing you.
I'm sure they already have hentais of these characters.
Yeah, no doubt.
After the first one came
No
out.
doubt. It is a surprisingly fun game. I was not sure how much I was going to like it, but I've had a lot of fun playing for about 20 minutes a clip, because you can play 20 minutes and play 5 or 6 games, because 3 minutes. It's kind of
Sailor Poland says Splatoon is like competitive tidying up.
Yeah, that's not inaccurate. A couple other things I've been getting into. I forgot that Ballers Season 3 starts tonight, and I'm a big fan of The Rock, so I'm finishing up Season 2, which I had not finished, so I can start Season 3.
Is that a good show?
I've enjoyed it.
Is it like Arliss and Jerry Maguire mixed together?
What's the first one? I didn't catch the reference.
Arliss?
Yeah, I don't know.
Arliss was a sports agent show on HBO, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. With Robert Wool.
Never saw it.
Interesting. I'm not sure.
Never mind. These pop culture references went over your head. Fine. Fuck it. I'm just going to be over here.
Yeah, fine. And then one last thing I was getting into is I was going to bed Friday night, and I saw a message on Facebook that Walmart had put SNES Classics up for pre-order. I was able to pre-order an SNES Classic late Friday night, early Saturday morning. I think it was like 12:30 in the morning or whatnot. And while some people have said their pre-orders have been canceled so far, my pre-order has yet to have been canceled. So assuming it holds out, I will have an SNES Classic when it comes out, and I will not have to go and hunt to the edges of the earth like everyone had to do for NES Classic. So who knows? Maybe I'll actually get it.
That's kind of cool.
I don't hold out hope.
Cool.
Don't hold out hope. But that's neither here nor there.
I believe in you, Chris.
I believe in me. And I also believe that Anthony's going to tell us what he's been getting into.
God damn it, I have to pee so bad.
I'll try to
you could
make
have gone
it
and
kinda quick.
peed.
Yeah. I'm on now.
While he's doing this.
Go for it. I can keep us going. I am up to number 203. I did Scrump yesterday from Lilo and Stitch. 203 daily sketches. So yeah, the book is getting filled out. It's been nuts doing it every day. It's been fun. I got the second batch ready to go out for the Kickstarters. People are receiving the first batches. I've seen some of those showing up. And yeah, there's a secret little bonus item in every box for everybody, thanks to Naki and the Waggle Crotch.
Woo.
Then I am working on Pacifist. Working on, I said it was card 80 this morning. So of the 124, I am on the 80th card. 79 of them are done, ready to go to print, or ready to be colored to go to print. So we are on track to make our October Kickstarter. So we're hoping things, keep going well, so that'll be ready to go and actually get that game out this year, which I am so excited to actually be able to show everybody all this fucking artwork I've been working on. Because, yeah, I'm tired. My hand hurts. I did 5 cards yesterday, and I'm probably going to do 5 more when we're done here to get ahead on the week. And then work on some more Kickstarters and get a second batch ready to go out this week. Just because, yeah, doing them in stacks. I didn't realize how many people wanted sketch covers. It's so many different drawings I have to do. But, I mean, it's been awesome. And so, yeah, they'll keep going out as I'm getting them done. Every time I get 4 or 5 done, I put them in the mail. So, yeah, hopefully everybody will enjoy those as they're showing up. And then also I got the droids I've been looking for showed up in a new box from the Smuggler's Bounty. Got a new funky shirt, which I like. We got 2 droids, 1 map, the new Funko. We got R2 at BB-8 doing the map from Force Awakens.
I've seen that porno.
Yeah. And then they did the droid that could have been the most famous droid in a galaxy far, far away, but he had a bad motivator. We got a little R5-D4. He could have been famous. He could have been a contender. And then what might be the creepiest Star Wars one they've done so far? The other droid is unfinished C-3PO. So you got C-3PO with his skin missing, basically. It's a really creepy but cool design.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I kind of didn't either, but then I also really did. I keep going back and forth. But yeah, the box showed up, so I got it. So
skin?
Well, yeah, he doesn't have his gold plating.
Question. When did C-3PO become a movie villain?
I get the Smuggler's Bounty. I don't get to choose what's in them.
That one, he doesn't have a choice because it's
Yeah, but the R5 is great. They made him look like he's kind of dusty and worn down. Like he actually he's not a bright white. Like it's what they did like the desert colored dirty stormtrooper outfits. It's that same kind of paint job, so it's not a bright clean white. So it really looks like an old toy from like the 70s. It's a really cool paint job. Yeah, that's it for me.
So Naki, why don't you wrap us up? What have you been getting into?
The bathroom.
Shut up! Oh my god!
Internet half box.
Race into the jokes.
Anyways, the latest season of Game of Thrones started last Sunday. The first scene before they even show the credits or whatever, the opening intro was amazing. Go Team Stark. On top of that, we played Bears vs. Babies for the first time this week, which I had kickstarted. We played that on game night. We also played Dixit, which is just super fun. And then yesterday I got to see the Lego Batman movie for the first time, and that was really fun too. That was one that we kept meaning to see, and somehow it just kept getting away from us. I think it came out at just like a weird time. I think it was when we were moving and stuff like that, so we just never got to see it. And that one was actually a lot of fun, and super glad I got to watch that. And other than that, practicing Korean. And I've been doing Pokemon Go just because the year event was this weekend in Chicago. Fun fact: Pokemon Go players could not log into the servers.
It was a shit show.
It was a shit show. Is anybody surprised?
They had a year to fix this shit. Gee, I wonder why I deleted it off my phone.
I think it's still on my phone, but I don't think I've turned it on in like 3 months.
But so that was hilarious. And they apparently, if you were at the Pokemon Go event, they gave you 100 Poke Coins, which is like the equivalent of like $10, I want to say.
That's great for people that traveled down there to make sure they could be there.
Yeah. So people were booing the CEO of Niantic, and I think it's hilarious. So anyways, that's all I got. That's all I got.
Now she's off to chase rivers and waterfalls.
Don't go.
DLC. Oh, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. I had to fight. I had to fight it to sing it. I would have been right there with you, Naki. But I had that little voice in my head that sounded like Chris being an asshole saying, "You can't sing on the podcast."
Well, first of all, fuck you, Willie. Second of all, it's time for us to start wrapping up the show. But as we wrap up, we're talking about doing a game night that we tested on Sunday or Saturday night, which seems to work. So the real question is, what night are we doing? And I'm seeing in the chat room potentially Tuesday night for some Quiplash.
It was every night we mentioned. Naki says no.
She says no, I said Tuesday.
I can do Tuesday. I literally said in the pre-show I can do any nights but Wednesdays. Like, I was like, what the fuck?
Was that when I was showing off my poster?
Yeah,
probably. So
that's why I didn't hear it.
Tuesdays work.
Here's the thought then. Tuesday night? What 9 p.m. Eastern? Because I've got to go to work the next day. I can't stay super late on there. That's the problem.
8:30.
8:30 Eastern.
I'm just messing with you. I don't care.
Okay, 9 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday night will be game night with the ATGN folks. Look on social media for all the information on where to play. We're going to be playing Quiplash. Come play with us. We'll post links. It will be on the Twitch stream. So twitch.tv/Spidey616. I will also restream it out to Mixer, Periscope, and Stream.me. We probably won't do the YouTube channel. But come play Quiplash with us Tuesday night, 9 p.m. You can see just how dirty and ridiculous it gets.
Very?
Yes, very.
Well, knowing Chris, he's the worst.
I don't know if I was the worst last night or not, but that is neither here nor there. It is time for us to start wrapping up the podcast because looking at the time, we have gone nearly 90 minutes. So an extended San Diego Comic-Con cast.
We didn't start till like 20 after.
Shut up, Willie.
And if I go and look at the recording timer at 1 hour and 27 minutes and 20 seconds right now, we've been live for 1 hour and 39 minutes.
So why stop now? Let's keep going.
Let's not. We all know that Naki needs to pee, so while you guys are drinking your glasses of water like me right now.
Fuck you guys.
Prolong it out. I'm all
out. I'd like to remind you guys.
I'm all out of my Kool-Aid.
I'd like to remind you guys you can find us online, atgnpodcast.com. We stream on the Gonna Geek Network over at geeks.live every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern. And while you're there, feel free to check the calendar. You can find all of the other live shows on the Gonna Geek Network. I'm not 100% sure if Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. is recording today at 1 p.m. Eastern. If they are, just hang around and you can watch Legends of S.H.I.E.L.D. I do know the Starling Tribune is not recording tonight, so realistically, probably your next live show is 9 p.m. Eastern on geeks.live. Come check out Pop X Cast. But I think that is going to wrap us up. Any final thoughts as we start to shut this thing down?
Jesus Christ, end the show already.
Well, there's that one thing. I think it's gonna rain here today, and what you call a filibuster. Yeah,
that's exactly.
Just go to the bathroom, Naki.
So while Naki's there peeing, please tip back your cups, or at least shake them in front of the mic so they can hear the water sound. And let's all.
I'm there with you.
Bye, guys.
I'm there in the bathroom with you in spirit, Naki.
Thanks for listening to this brand new episode of the All Things Good and Nerdy podcast. Don't forget, we'll be back next Sunday live at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central over at live.atgnpodcast.com, channel 3 of the Alpha Geek Radio app, and over at our network home at gonnageek.com/live. If you have any feedback for the show, please contact us atgnpodcast@gonnageek.com, on our hotline number at 304-806-ATGN, or even better, go to Twitter and send us a message at ATGN Podcast. The music you've heard in this show is produced by Kevin MacLeod and can be found at incompetech.com.